Hello everyone, welcome to commerce classes. So we are starting with profit volume analysis, starting with the calculation of the ratios. Now before we take up the ratios, let us understand again the components involved. Like when we are to work for cost volume profit analysis, it means we are working for a company which is producing certain products at a given activity level. So the activity level or units of production, you can say, will be given to us. Unit of production, unit of sale, both are equal by assumption. Now we will be given per unit information or we can be given total information. Like if I am given selling price per unit, variable cost per unit, then by deducting variable cost from selling price, what I get is called contribution, or it is referred as C. Alright, it is referred as C. Now, we call it contribution because each unit sold is going to contribute this much amount towards the profits, as we have studied in the preliminary class before starting with the chapter. Now, if we know the per unit amounts, then how to get total amount? So, since this is for one unit, so if I want to find out total sales revenue, I'll multiply this with the number of units here and I will get the total sales revenue. So, this is per unit information and this is the total revenue. Same will be the case with the total variable cost. So, you will get total contribution, which is sales revenue minus total variable cost. So if we multiply contribution per unit with the number of units, we will get total contribution. Now from this contribution, if fixed cost is deducted, we get profit for the period. This is a marginal costing based cost sheet, wherein we calculate contribution first and then we calculate profit. Now we can make use of these components. These are the components in this PV analysis: selling price, variable cost, contribution, fixed cost and profit. These are 5 components. Fixed cost remain fixed at all levels. Variable cost and selling price, they move proportionately with the level of activity, and so is the contribution. Now we have also observed in the previous preliminary class, that our profit doesn't move directly with the activity level. You cannot relate them directly. That if I increase the production by 50%, my profit is going to increase by 50%. No. But the movement in the profit, the change in the profit from one unit level to another activity level will be proportionate to the change in the activity level. So whenever you will increase your activity level by say 10,000 units or by say 10%, your change in the profit is going to be same. So profit is not directly related, but change in profit is related to change in activity level. So we'll make use of this basic information to make formulae for PV analysis. Now PV analysis is basically based on one single formula, that is PV ratio. This is also referred as contribution volume ratio. That is, it's a ratio of contribution to volume. So as the name says, PV, profit to volume, it's not actually profit, because profit doesn't move with the volume. The component of profit which moves with the volume is contribution. So we take up contribution volume ratio. Now this can be taken as per unit. So you can say contribution per unit upon selling price, of course, per unit. Now in order to take this ratio in percentage form, we multiply this with 100. So this will give us so and so percentage of PV ratio. Now you can take this in total also. That means total contribution upon sales value, right, into 100. So PV ratio can be determined in any of the 2 ways according to the information given. If per unit information is given, we can make use of that. If total information given, then we will make use of the total information. Now let us move ahead. Now, how do we calculate C, that is contribution? Now, whenever we make use of a statement to find out some information and we are to pick up something in between. Now, the beauty is that the terms which are lying in between, these can be calculated either from the top or from the bottom up. So when I say we are to make use of contribution, we can either take contribution as selling price minus variable cost or sales minus variable cost, or it can be taken as profit plus fixed cost, because contribution minus fixed cost is profit. So contribution is equal to profit plus fixed cost. So there are two ways to reach to contribution, so which will give us two separate formulae. If I take this from top down, sales minus variable cost. So PV ratio is going to be sales minus variable cost. Again, let me say it is either per unit or total information. So if I take total information sales into 100%, it means it is going to be, if we separate the components, it is 1 minus variable cost upon sales into 100%, right? So that gives us 1 minus variable cost to sales ratio. Multiply this with 100 to get percentage. So what we get is that PV ratio is complementary to variable cost to sales ratio. Because if I open this, if I take both the ratios together, so PV ratio plus variable cost to sales ratio is equal to 1, that is 100%. Right? 1 complete, 1 into 100%. It means it is 100%. So if you are given variable cost to sales ratio, you can determine PV ratio as it is 1 minus variable cost. Or if we are given PV ratio, then we can determine variable cost as the complementary of that. So if PV ratio is 30%, variable cost is going to be 70%. If PV ratio is 20%, variable cost is 80%. In other words, if say variable cost is 60%, then it is going to be 40%, because together they make 100%, right? So these are different ways to solve the ratio. So this was when we moved from the top down. Okay, now move bottom up. So profit plus fixed cost is going to give us contribution, right? Because what we are saying is, in this statement, contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit, right? Which implies contribution is equal to fixed cost plus profit. You take minus fixed cost to the other side. This is all mathematics, algebra. So contribution is fixed cost plus profit. So just see, in order to determine profit volume ratio, we don't need variable cost, right? We can easily calculate this as fixed cost plus profit upon sales into 100. So you replaced contribution with either sales minus variable cost to get this ratio, or replace it with fixed cost plus profit to get this ratio. So what we find is that we have various ways to calculate the ratio. So it is either contribution per unit upon sales per unit, or it is contribution upon sales value total, or it is complementary to variable cost ratio, or it can be determined from fixed cost and profit also. So it is fixed cost plus profit. So in your books you will be finding different ways to determine PV ratio. So these are all the formulae and this is the explanation. All these formulas are being derived from one simple thing, that is contribution upon sales into 100. So it is how we calculate contribution that will give us different formulae to determine this. Now this is about individual products. Now if we have say 2 or more product lines, then how will we determine combined PV ratio? So we'll have to take combined contribution upon combined sales into 100. Now this ratio will always be determined for a given product mix. Like if your company is dealing with say two products, A and B, product A, product B. So if you just take per unit information, it will imply that you are buying and selling, or you are producing and selling these units equally. So that will give you equal information, right? You will be taking them equally. But in reality, companies work at different product mix level. So when we are taking combined PV ratio, we'll have to take combined information for overall sales mix. So if you are selling 600 units or 400 units of different type of products, accordingly contribution will be calculated. So it will be contribution from first product line, contribution from second product line, contribution likewise from any number of product lines. Similarly, denominator will be sales of first product line, sales of second product line, and likewise sales of any number of product lines. But remember, this is to be done for the overall product mix. If we take per unit information, it will give us average result. 1 plus 2. We are just taking average. But in reality, we will be having different sales mix. So for a given mix, we will be calculating combined ratio with the total values of each product line. Taking contribution and selling price as the basic variables. However, there is one more formula for PV analysis which is based on the movement of profits. As we have earlier noted in the preliminary stage, that profit is not directly related with the sales, but change in profit is directly related with the change in sales. So we can take PV ratio as change in profit upon change in sales into 100. So PV ratio can also be determined like this, that is change in profit upon change in sales to 100. Now when you make cost sheet based on contribution margin for different levels of activities, you can understand this relationship which I explained in the preliminary class before this chapter begins. Now, understanding the ratio. It is one thing to calculate the ratio, another is to understand the ratio to use it for various purposes. Now, if you say that your PV ratio is 20%. Now, what is this? What this implies? Whenever we understand any ratio, it should always be understood with reference to the denominator. It gives the value of numerator with reference to denominator. So here in the numerator is P, that is contribution, and denominator is V, that is sales value. So it will always be studied as PV ratio of 20% implies that contribution is going to be 20% of sales value. So 100 rupees of sale is going to give you contribution of 20 rupees. This is how we read the ratio. If we don't take this ratio in percentage form, say if I say PV ratio is 1 by 5. So it will imply contribution is 1 by 5 of sales. So any ratio, take for that matter, any ratio will always give you the numerator with reference to base. Likewise, if I say variable cost ratio is say 30%. Now what does it signify? It implies that numerator is variable cost and denominator is sale, because variable cost ratio is taken with reference to sale. So it will be read as variable cost is 30% of sales, which also implies given the sale value, we can calculate variable cost. Alright. So this is how we calculate the ratio. Now in a given question, whether we will be applying formula 1, 2, 3, 4 or the last one, which is combined PV ratio, it will depend upon the problem itself, like the information which is given to us. Alright. So let us take up a few questions to understand this. Now, Suppose we are given this problem. Calculate PV ratio in these cases. Number 1 is selling price is 20 rupees per unit, fixed cost is 54,000, variable cost is 15. So what will be the PV ratio? Now per unit information is given, so PV ratio will be contribution upon selling price into 100. Now what is contribution? Contribution is selling price minus variable cost. So it is 5 rupees. Selling price is 20. So your ratio is 25%. So you can easily calculate it. Now when we take up the second question, variable cost ratio is 60%. Sales is 2 lakh. Right? Now, since we are given variable cost ratio, so we know that PV ratio is complementary to variable cost. So PV ratio plus variable cost ratio is equal to 100%. Okay. So if variable cost is 60%, it means PV ratio is 40%. Okay. Then we are given sales and profit. Now we know that our ratio, PV ratio, shows a relationship between contribution and sales. Now profit is not directly related with the sales, but we know that any amount of additional profit with the change in sale is coming from the contribution. So PV ratio is also defined as change in profit upon change in sales value. So here in this case, change in profit is 64,800 minus 21,600 upon change in sale is 10,26,000 minus 8,10,000. So that gives you 20% of PV ratio, right? Then fourth question, we are given variable cost 60, contribution 40. Now in order to determine PV ratio here, PV ratio is the ratio of contribution to sales. Now can we determine sales here? Since variable cost is 60, contribution is 40, right? It means selling price is going to be variable cost plus contribution, isn't it? Because we know that selling price minus variable cost is contribution. So selling price is going to be contribution plus variable cost. So selling price in this case will be 100, isn't it? So PV ratio will be contribution upon selling price into 100, that is 40%. Then next is fifth question. Again we are given sales and profit. So in order to calculate PV ratio, we will be taking change in profit. Now change in profit is 10,000 and change in sales is 40,000. So we will apply this formula, that is 25%. Now sixth question, we are given sales and total cost. Now sales and total cost again are not directly related, but yes, change in sale is related to change in profit level. So we will determine the profit first. So profit here in this case will be sales minus total cost, that is 60,000, and here sales minus total cost 75,000. So since we are given sales and profit, so our PV ratio will be change in profit, that is 15,000, upon change in sale, that is 60,000. So it is 25%. Now next question. Selling price is 20, variable cost is 2, fixed cost is 1,80,000. So contribution is going to be 18 rupees, isn't it? Selling price minus variable cost is your contribution. So PV ratio will be contribution upon selling price into 100, that means 90%. So you can determine PV ratio based on these formulae. Now, in this problem, we are given sales, profit and fixed cost. So, what will be contribution here? Contribution is sum total of profit plus fixed cost, because contribution is not given. We know that contribution minus fixed cost is profit. So contribution is profit plus fixed cost. So it is going to be 50,000 plus 70,000, 1,20,000. So in this problem, PV ratio will be 1,20,000 upon sales of 3 lakh. That is 40%, right? Then next problem. Now herein we are given individual products. So we are to calculate individual and combined PV ratio. So how will we determine individual and combined PV ratio? For individual products, product A, product B per unit and 500 units. For B, it is per unit and 700 units. Because for combined ratio, we need to have combined information. So what is the selling price? Selling price is 100 and 110. 100 for A and 110 for B. So we are working as per the contribution statement, contribution based cost statement or income statement. So selling price is this much, less variable cost. Now these are all variable costs here. So that gives you 38, and herein it will be 35. It means contribution is going to be 62 and 75, right? Then we are given units of production we have already considered. So individual PV ratio will be, so PV ratio of product line A will be contribution upon selling price into 100. We don't need this total information. We have this with us. PV ratio for B is going to be 75 upon 110. Okay, so whether you take the total amount, it is immaterial, because in all these cases you will multiply this with 500. So if I multiply numerator and denominator with 500, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so a ratio in this case will be, so approximately 68.2. Now the combined PV ratio. So for combined PV ratio, we need combined amounts. That is total amount. So for A, it is contribution is going to be 31,000. You can leave that. I mean, you can directly take contribution. Multiply contribution per unit with number of units. Now herein it will be for 700 units, 52,500. So we can write total also 77,000. Then you have alright. So 50,000 here, 19,000 here. So you can take totals also, it is up to you. So total sales are going to be 1,27,000. Total contribution is going to be 83,500. And this amount is 43,500. So combined PV ratio will be combined contribution and combined sales. Combined ratio is useful when we are determining the sales mix which will help us or which will give us maximum profit out of available options. So if I ask you an option of having 500 units of A and 700 units of B, or another option is say 200 units of A and 1000 units of B, then which one is better? Apparently we know that B is giving us more contribution. B's PV ratio is higher, so B is going to give us more profit. So if in our sales mix we are having more of B, it is more profitable, right? But we can show by how much this is more. This will give you combined ratio. Likewise in this problem also, A Limited has a fixed cost of 20,000. It sells two products in the ratio of 2:1, right? Now you have selling price, variable costs for both given. Calculate individual and combined PV ratio. Now individual ratio can easily be taken. This is going to be 8 upon 20, 40%, and this is 18 upon 60, that is 30%. So for product A it is 40%, for product B it is 30%. Now when it says combined, then where is the sales mix given? We are not given the mix, but we are given the proportion. So irrespective of the number of units being produced, we are given that these products will always be in the ratio of 2:1. So you can just take 2 units for A and 1 unit for B, and you can calculate combined ratio for these, right? So your combined contribution will be for 2 units of A and 1 unit of B, and combined selling price will be 2 units of A 40 plus 1 unit of B. So this will give you combined PV ratio. So you can calculate combined ratios, you can calculate individual products PV ratio using these formulae. So right now understand these formulae and practice these a lot, so that when we move towards the applications, we can understand the way the formulae work. There is one more thing here that we need to understand. It is how to improve the ratio. If we take up the basic ratio, what is PV ratio? It is ratio of contribution to sales. But contribution is not an independent factor. Contribution is based on sales, because contribution is sales minus variable cost, isn't it? So basically, if we are to improve the ratio, we'll have to take up all components. So basically, PV ratio is 1 minus variable cost upon sales ratio, isn't it? So how will you improve the ratio? Improvement also implies what type of change is desired. Do you want to increase this ratio or you want to reduce it? So since PV ratio shows your contribution, your gross profit in a way. So if we want to improve this ratio, it implies, improving the ratio will imply increasing PV ratio. Okay, 40% ratio is far better than 30% or 20% of PV ratio, because each different sale, each unit sold is contributing more and more towards the profits. So our improvement in PV ratio will imply increasing the ratio. Now, how will you increase the ratio? You can increase the ratio by controlling your cost, isn't it? If you control your cost, or if you increase the selling price, then by that you can improve PV ratio. Because when we increase the selling price, what will happen? That increase in sale will lead to more contribution, assuming variable cost remains same. So your ratio will improve. Similarly, if you are able to control the cost, your variable cost is controlled, then also PV ratio will improve. Let us say selling price is 100, variable cost is say 30, giving you contribution of 70 and a PV ratio of 70%, right? Now, if you can control the cost, controlling the cost, variable cost will imply maybe you are able to reduce it to 25. Assuming selling price to be same, your contribution will improve, your ratio will improve. Another way is increase the selling price. If you improve your selling price 120, your variable cost is still the same, so it is now 90. So your ratio is 75%, isn't it? So you can improve on your ratio either by reducing variable cost or by increasing selling price. So these are two ways to improve the ratio, that is to increase the PV ratio, profit volume ratio. Thank you.